Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. I hope you're doing well. I've been guided to do this reading due to the collective energy that I've been picking up on recently. Some of you may remember in my last reading I mentioned it, that I felt it's been very heavy over, say, the past 2 weeks or so, at the time of recording this reading. Some of you might have felt it, very heavy energy, like you've been really tired. You're waking up, you've had a good night's sleep, but you're feeling tired, lethargic, you can't really do much, things that you usually do. And that's due to the energetic shift. Your body is going through an upgrade as you sleep. So that's why when you wake up you feel tired, because your body's been doing the work, so to speak. You may have had very vivid dreams as well recently. I do feel it's lifting, but it's still there. I was feeling it this morning. Yesterday, here in the UK, we had fog, and it was a really heavy, dense energy that I felt from that as well. So there's clearly this shift happening due to the spiritual battle. We really see it in the weather a lot. I have mentioned that before. And another thing is the title of this video came to me the other day. So this is kind of like a spiritual guidance reading. And the title that came through was, "Do you wake up feeling joy or dread for the day ahead?" Yes, I'm rhyming again. Because, as I said, although some people are feeling heavier, I feel, due to the energy in the collective, I also feel that some people kind of need spiritual guidance. They're a bit lost. Some are feeling dread when they wake up. I mean, how do you feel when you wake up? Is my question to you all. You're all different ages, obviously. I have noticed, though, in the analytics, I've got to say, that my audience seems to be 60 plus. Or a lot of viewers. So obviously some of you might be retired or not working as much, for example, but you still have a purpose. And in fact, I see that a lot of you have a very big purpose in the future as we move into the new earth, because of the experiences you've had in your lives. That's what will help you to have compassion and lead others. I was thinking about programming of society, you know, the way that some of you might have experienced this yourselves at school. People are put down, given very limited options in terms of what they can do, and not taught that we can do anything we put our minds to. I was thinking back to when I was left school. In reflection the other day, Spirit made me do that, to kind of put myself in people's shoes, which is what I try and do. And I remember how I just had no idea at all what I was going to do. I even spoke to an advisor who didn't really give me much advice at all. I felt lost, you know, whereas actually I had many skills that I've now, as I've got older, realised that I have, and I could have done anything. But obviously in those times it was different as well. It was more difficult. Now with the internet, it has opened things up for people, but I still feel people are lost in terms of what they can actually do and achieve. Spirit said to me that people need a boost in their confidence, so hopefully you'll get that from this reading, by the way. But obviously that has to come from within, that confidence and motivation. So, you know, some of you feel in a dead-end job, like you're stuck, and you wake up and you dread going to work or going out, for example? Or do you wake up and feel a sense of peace, bliss and joy in terms of what the day is going to bring you? I'd say the latter is a better one. Even if you're in a situation that's not great, try to start your day in a positive way, feeling grateful. Also end your day in that way as well, feeling grateful for what you've experienced in the day, because we can always get something from these situations we go through. Maybe your soul is trying to tell you something right now. That's what I'm feeling for some people. If you're really feeling like you don't want to be here, and I don't mean in any way ending lives, that's not what I'm talking about. I hope that's not triggered anyone, but I mean you just feel there's more out there for you. You want to do more. That's your soul that's feeling this energetic shift, and things are going to shift, I feel, as we move into this new energy, 5D. There's going to be a lot of healing and changes. So I'm going to see with the tarot now, anything else we can get on the current energy. Anything Spirit wants to show us. Wow, that just flipped out, 3 of Swords. That really does make sense in terms of what I was feeling. I read cards intuitively. See the rose with the swords through it. It's like the rose representing the heart, that joie de vivre, bliss, joy. But these swords are ruining it. There could be external things happening around you. It could also be things you're carrying around in your heart that need to be healed. A lot of wounding. I do see this a lot in the collective. Wounded souls. There's a lot of healing needed. I saw an example yesterday, I'll just give, of someone who was being interviewed, and he'd been receiving comments from trolls on his content, on his reviews for his business, and he was retaliating. Instead of just ignoring it, blocking, whatever, he was retaliating. And I just read his energy and thought, he was bullied as a child. He didn't retaliate then, he felt very weak, and now he's sort of replaying that same situation as an adult and retaliating, kind of like doing what he wished he could have done when he was younger, so to speak. So it's a wound, he's not healed from that wound. Just an example, but that's quite interesting that's come out. So it's a card of sadness and pain. That's what's happening in the collective, as I said. In some people, now this could be intensifying for some people right now, by the way, with this energetic shift, because many are evolving into that 5D timeline. So those that aren't, it's like their soul is resisting it. It's telling them something, but they're resisting it. And this pain is coming up. Heartbreak, disappointments, rejection. This is what people are carrying around. And then when they're interacting with others, as they're playing that out in the world. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. So the guidance from this card is to release something you've been carrying, whether it's material, emotional. Express how you're feeling and seek support, whether it's therapy, self-help, but express in a healthy way. See, that's the problem. People are doing it in an unhealthy way, and that's where we've got that conflict out there in the world. Let's see anything else on the current energy. The bottom of the deck, we've got the 9 of Swords, anxiety. Yeah, see a lot of swords, thinking happening at the moment. and the Knight of Cups. Yeah, so again, we're getting a lot of guidance in this reading. The Knight of Cups is guiding you to be creative and passionate. Maybe start something that ignites your heart and soul, instead of being in this energy, you know, of pain, carrying around pain. Do you know what? Doing something creative can also help you to heal. That could be your way of doing it if you can't do it through speaking. Doing something creative, maybe you used to love doing it as a child, it can really just help you to release. You might even find things come up in your mind as you do it. I've experienced this myself, so that's how I know this works. It could be a new hobby or a business, something that just sparks that inspiration and imagination within you. You know, don't rush, but be creative. It's like a nudge for some of you to do this thing. Could even be about a relationship, opening up your heart, because it's the Knight, of Cups. Could even be someone you meet here who helps you. As I said, could be a therapist or coach, but definitely guidance coming through there. Now with this Nine of Swords, the bottom of the deck, that's like the overall energy. It really links to the heavy heart, dark thoughts, as I said. What's going on in your mind? Are you having psychological disturbances, physical reactions? Are you feeling heavy, as I said? Because that's what I'm feeling in the collective. Don't let fears come up. You know, where are these thoughts coming from? So I feel for some of you, because this can be nightmares as well. It could be external, something coming into your psyche, so you need to protect your energy and your surroundings. Start looking at these inner thoughts as well. If they come up, you could write them down in a journal, if that helps. Make sure you're not being hard on yourself, because with the swords, a lot of thoughts, as I said, that can be what brings you down. Could have been, as I said, about programming at the beginning of the reading, what you were told as a child, whether it was from parents, teachers, you know, and you've absorbed that. Your mind tells you this negative self-talk, and it brings down your energy. So, you know, the key is love, which we've got there as guidance, to open your heart. And it's interesting, below that we've got Temperance, which is about balance, balancing your emotions, finding that middle ground. If you find yourself feeling off, you know, as I said, in your thoughts, behaviours, actions, then something's being highlighted there that you might need to look at, process, let it out though as well. Don't just push it down and be in that energy there. The Temperance card could be a sign for some of you, you know, if you're experiencing anger or frustration in particular, and these negative thoughts and a heavy heart, it's time to try and heal, align your energy, I would say. So as I said, however you want to do that, something creative, something that sparks your passion for life. As I said, about something creative that you do. You know, some of you might not do anything, might not have work, so that could be your thing that you do. Every day you get up, you think, right, I'm going to do that today, my project. You know, or maybe some voluntary work, helping others, whatever it is, but something that you do from the heart. I'm going to pull from another deck now. This is a new deck actually for the channel. It's Woodland Wardens. And I recently received this as a gift from Sophie. Thank you so much for sending me this gift. It's very much appreciated. I'm looking forward to using the cards. If any of you would also like to send a deck and see it featured on the channel and receive a shout out, then you can do via my Amazon wish list, and the link is in the description box. So let's see what we get from this one. It looks a really beautiful deck, actually, I've got to say, with animals. So it might be your spirit animal that comes through, or just an animal that really wants to guide the collective today. We got the quail and gooseberry, and it says anticipation. Well, that links with the thoughts, doesn't it? Anticipation. Some of you are wondering, you're waiting, you're feeling this shift. So I'm just trying to work out the number there. Bear with me one moment. Okay, everyone, I've just figured it out. I thought it was 13, but no, it's L1. It's Roman numerals, which is obviously 51. There are 51 cards in this deck. This is the last card in the deck. So there we go. I got there in the end. I'll just read you what it says here. Fresh gooseberries are a tempting treat, but pick them without care and you might hurt yourself. Gooseberry bushes are loaded with thorns, meant to protect the delicate fruit within. Similarly, the quail anticipates danger by hiding among low-growing vegetation. From its obscured perch, it keeps careful watch, monitoring for predators. So it says the event or outcome you've anticipated is about to occur. Take advantage of your foreknowledge, preparing for what's to come. Wow, everyone. The shift that I was saying about. Yeah, like a lot of us are waiting, we're feeling it energetically. If you're feeling it, then trust that, I would say. So what I'm also getting, like when it said about the thorns, is protect yourself, be mindful, as I said, about temptation, of energies that may come your way and try and sway you, deceive you. There's a lot of that out there at the moment that I'm seeing. Just sort of hold back, ground yourself as well, I would say. And 51 breaks down to 6, which is about balance. Once again, that keeps coming out at the moment. So as we're going through this energetic shift, which is going to bring balance in the world, fruit, I'm getting, abundance. Just make sure you stay aligned so you don't really feel the effects, which I feel some of you might be at the moment. Beautiful cards, aren't they? I love the artwork in these, I've got to say. So I'm actually going to extend this reading. I'll pull some more from that deck in that reading as well. And it will just be for more spiritual guidance. For those of you who feel you need it, more guidance for you in terms of what you can do to work through this energy. That reading is available here for members in the AB extension, or on my new Patreon for Soul Searcher members. My Patreon has a lot of spiritual guidance, podcast meditations and extended readings as well. So check that out if you're interested. If you're a member, I'll see you there. If not, please feel free to join if you'd like. So I'm off to do that reading now. Thank you so much for being here though for this reading. I hope you got something out of it. Let us know in the comments if this resonated for you, if you wish. Thank you so much for all your views and support, and I'll see you soon.